Good morning, everybody. I hope this finds you guys doing more than well today. This whole Corona thing has propelled me into doing something that I've had on my mind for a while, just kind of kept putting on the back burner. For a few years, I worked at a women's wellness facility where they offered a variety of group fitness classes, with yoga just being one of them. And the thing that I noticed was when people were short on time or the holidays rolled around or life got busy, the first thing that they would let go was yoga. And because they wanted to fit in their workouts, fit in their high intensity classes, fit in their strength training. Yoga offers so many valuable tools just to help us function through life. And I think it's just important for people to understand that it doesn't have to be about getting in your car, changing your clothes, going to a facility to take a class all of the time. I mean, that's certainly something we encourage you to do as yoga instructors, but yoga can be incorporated into your life in just small little nuggets. So I want to create mindful moments, help you learn how to incorporate yoga in just short little pieces, little pockets of your day. One of my classes, I teach a chair class on Friday mornings, and the ladies who come to that class have asked about a morning routine to just kind of get your body going in the morning. And so that's what I want to share with you this morning. Since I've gotten older, I have settled into some genetic and chronic lower back issues. And sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I feel more like I'm 90 than 50. So I've got this pretty consistent routine that I do. You know, sometimes it'll take me 10 minutes, sometimes it will, take 30 or maybe evolve into a full practice. But I'm just going to give you the basics of it this morning, and maybe it is a tool that you will find useful in your life. So we're actually going to start out on our backs this morning. This part of the practice I sometimes do before I even get out of bed. So we'll just go ahead and come onto your back. And just start by hugging your knees into your chest and really give a good squeeze. And just start to take a gentle rock from side to side. And again, these postures and flows that I'm going to show you, you can extend them for any length of time when that feels right to you. So this practice can be as short or as long as you need it to be. Now go ahead and set your feet on the mat wider than your hips, so all the way out to the edges of your mat. We're going to start by dropping your knees over to the right, and then come through center, drop your knees over to the left. Now this time when you go back to the right, we're going to take that top leg, your left leg, and extend it out nice and long. Really reach through that leg. Come back through center. Drop the knees over to the left and extend your right leg nice and long. And just kind of get curious here. Start to explore things that you can do. Maybe circle the ankles while your leg is stretched out, or flex and point your foot. Just find any movement that feels good. And then come back through center. And just repeat this as long as your body's inviting you to. And now we're going to take happy baby pose from here and do something similar. So come into your happy baby pose. Now, if reaching the soles of your feet does not feel great this morning, you can grab a hold of your ankles. You can hold the back of your calves, or you can even just rest your hands on the back of your thighs. Take a minute here, circle the ankles, flex and point the feet. Start to find a little rock from side to side. And then rock all the way over to the right and do that same thing that we did with our first posture. Stretch the left leg out long. Come back through center, back through happy baby pose, whatever variation you've chosen. Rock over to the left and extend your right leg out. And again, just flow back and forth here. Just finding a rhythm, moving with your breath. Good. And just do this a few times. Good. And come back through center, hug your knees into your chest. Let both knees fall over to the right side. Come into a spinal twist here, over to the right side, and stretch your arms out. Take a few deep breaths here. Good. Come through center. Drop your knees over to the left. Few deep breaths on this side. And then come all the way over onto your left side and press yourself up to a seated position. So coming into just a simple cross-leg position, let's bring the right leg into a dominant position, so either on top of the left or in front of the left, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to find our Sufi grind moving in a clockwise direction. So just a few rounds here. Bring yourself back to center, back to stillness, and bring your left hand over to the right knee. Sweep your right hand behind you, come into a little twist, opening up through the right shoulder, not cranking, not forcing, just kind of feeling your way. Find a comfortable position for the head. Doesn't matter where, maybe turn left or right a few times and then settle in for a few breaths. Keep the left hand where it is and go ahead and unwind from your twist and side stretch over to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Release the hands and switch across so that your left leg is dominant, either in front or on top of the right. And we're going to take our Sufi grind in a counterclockwise direction. Yourself back to stillness. And let's find our twist to the left. So right hand's going to slide over to that left knee. Left hand's going to sweep behind you. Find length in the spine. Feel your way into your twist on this side. Again, I use this practice to kind of help loosen up my low back in the morning. So you don't want to just jump right into a giant twist. Just kind of feel your way. Cultivate some body awareness. See what's going on before you just jump right in. And then maybe give the head a few turns left to right. Settle in for a couple of breaths. Keep the right hand where it is. Unwind from your twist and side stretch over to the right. Good. Inhale, come back through center, release the hands. All right, from here we're going to come on to hands and knees, into our tabletop position. Just find a little cat-cow flow. We're almost done. My back is already feeling better this morning. So come onto your hands and knees. If you're not familiar with how this works, so your wrists are going to be stacked under the shoulders, knees under the hips, about hips distance apart. Press in your fingertips. Take a little of the weight out of your wrists. We tend to like to dump in our wrists when we get in this position. So take a big inhalation. Let your belly fall down towards the mat. Let your heart up into the front. Lift your gaze. And then as you exhale, press your fingers into the mat. Round the spine up towards the ceiling. Tuck the tail. Drop your chin to your chest. And continue to move with the breath. So inhaling, when your belly drops down, your heart opens. Cow pose. Exhaling to round your spine up to the ceiling for cat pose. And just find your own rhythm here, moving with the length of your breath. As fast or as slow as your body is inviting you to this morning. I encourage you to keep it slow. If one posture feels particularly inviting, you can hang out there for a breath or two before moving through to the other one. You want to add a little sway, a little rock from side to side, maybe front to back. Just get curious. Find what feels good in your body this morning. And then bring yourself back to a neutral spine. You're going to bring the toes together, separate the knees as wide as your mat. Sit back towards your heels. Nice wide leg child's pose. Reach your fingers towards the top of the mat and just kind of settle in towards your mat. Start to rise up out of your child's pose and rejoin me in a seated position on your mat. Either on your knees or cross-legged, whatever feels good. Rest your hands on your lap in any way that's comfortable. We're just going to close with 3 mindful breaths. There's so much power in just slowing down to take 3 mindful breaths anytime throughout your day. So just let your eyes softly close. Long, slow, deep inhale through the nose. Complete exhale. Two more times. And if you'll just join me with your hands at your heart. You guys, thank you so much for sharing this mindful moment with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be safe.